Welcome to the Instagram stories for Monday, February 5th. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. Although we normally do Mosseri Monday on Mondays, we are not going to do that today because, number one, I think we give Adam Mosseri a lot of time and attention on this show. But number two, I always want to get CEO of TikTok, Shou Chew, as much airtime on this show as I give to Adam Mosseri and Mark Zuckerberg. Unfortunately, it's not always possible. Shou Chew does not have the volume of content that the other CEOs do. But recently, the CEO of TikTok spoke in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee. There was a hearing on online child sexual exploitation. I played the clips from CEO of Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, last time on the show. And today, I want to give Shou Chew a chance to explain all the things that TikTok is doing to keep children safe on the platform.
Chair Durbin, Ranking Member Graham, and members of the committee, I appreciate the opportunity to appear before you today. My name is Shou Chew, and I'm the CEO of TikTok, an online community of more than 1 billion people worldwide, including well over 170 million Americans who use our app every month to create, to share, and to discover. Now, although the average age on TikTok in the US is over 30, we recognize that special safeguards are required to protect minors, and especially when it comes to combating all forms of CSAM. As a father of 3 young children myself, I know that the issues that we're discussing today are horrific and the nightmare of every parent. I am proud of our efforts to address the threats to young people online, from a commitment to protecting them to our industry-leading policies, use of innovative technology, and significant ongoing investments in trust and safety to achieve this goal. TikTok is vigilant about enforcing its 13 and up age policy and offers an experience for teens that is much more restrictive than you and I would have as adults. We make careful product design choices to help make our app inhospitable to those seeking to harm teens. Let me give you a few examples of long-standing policies that are unique to TikTok. We didn't do them last week. First, direct messaging is not available to any users under the age of 16. Second, accounts for people under 16 are automatically set to private along with their content. Furthermore, the content cannot be downloaded and will not be recommended to people they do not know. Third, every teen under 18 has a screen time limit automatically set to 60 minutes. And fourth, only people 18 and above are allowed to use our live stream feature. I'm proud to say that TikTok was among the first to empower parents to supervise their teens on our app with our family pairing tools. This includes setting screen time limits, filtering out content from the teens' feeds, amongst others. We made these choices after consulting with doctors and safety experts who understand the unique stages of teenage development to ensure that we have the appropriate safeguards to prevent harm and minimize risk. Now, safety is one of the core priorities that defines TikTok under my leadership. We currently have more than 40,000 trust and safety professionals working to protect our community globally. And we expect to invest more than $2 billion in trust and safety efforts this year alone, with a significant part of that in our US operations. Our robust community guidelines strictly prohibit content or behavior that puts teenagers at risk of exploitation or other harm, and we vigorously enforce them. Our technology moderates all content uploaded to our app to help quickly identify potential CSAM and other material that breaks our rules. It automatically removes the content or elevates it to our safety professionals for further review. We also moderate direct messages for CSAM and related material, and use third-party tools like PhotoDNA and Take It Down to combat CSAM to prevent content from being uploaded to our platform. We continually meet with parents, teachers, and teens. In fact, I sat down with a group just a few days ago. We use their insight to strengthen the protections on our platform, and we also work with leading groups like the Technology Coalition. The steps that we're taking to protect teens are a critical part of our larger trust and safety work as we continue our voluntary and unprecedented efforts to build a safe and secure data environment for US users, ensuring that our platform remains free from outside manipulation and implementing safeguards on our content recommendation and moderation tools. Keeping teens safe online requires a collaborative effort as well as collective action. We share the community's concern and commitment to protect young people online, and we welcome the opportunity to work with you on legislation to achieve this goal. Our commitment is ongoing and unwavering because there is no finish line when it comes to protecting teens. Thank you for your time and consideration today.
It's nice to know all the things that TikTok is doing to keep kids safe on the platform. Could they do more? Of course. But it was nice to hear Shou Chew outline the steps that they do take. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear Shou Chew's answer to the questions posed by senators about whether or not TikTok has shared any US data with the Chinese government. You're going to like it. Stick around.
I've been raising livestock for over 20 years, and Valley Vet Supply has been my go-to for everything from vaccines to fencing supplies. Their prices are fair, shipping is fast, and I know I'm getting quality products every time. It's just one less thing I have to worry about on the farm. If you care about your animals like I do, check out valleyvet.com. You won't be disappointed. That's valleyvet.com, my go-to source.
And we're back. I now want to play a clip of the TikTok CEO, Shou Chew, explaining that TikTok has never provided data to the Chinese government. Here's the clip.
Mr. Chew, I think your company is unique among the ones represented here today because of its ownership by ByteDance, a Chinese company. And I know there have been some steps that you've taken to wall off the data collected here in the United States. But the fact of the matter is that under Chinese law and Chinese national intelligence laws, all information accumulated by companies in the People's Republic of China are required to be shared with the Chinese intelligence services. ByteDance, the initial release of TikTok, I understand, was 2016. These efforts that you made with Oracle under the so-called Project Texas to wall off the U.S. data was in 2021 and apparently allegedly fully walled off in March of 23. What happened to all of the data that TikTok collected before that?
Senator, thank you.
From American users.
Understand. TikTok is owned by ByteDance, which is majority owned by global investors, and we have 3 Americans on the board out of 5. You are right in pointing out that over the last 3 years, we have spent billions of dollars building out Project Texas, which is a plan that is unprecedented in our industry to firewall off protected U.S. data from the rest of our staff.
And I'm asking about all of the data that you collected prior to that event.
Yes, Senator. We have started a data deletion plan. I talked about this a year ago. We have finished the first phase of data deletion through our data centers outside of the Oracle Cloud infrastructure. And we're beginning phase 2, where we will not only delete from the data centers, we will hire a third party to verify that work. And then we will go into, for example, employees' working laptops to delete that as well.
Was all of the data collected by TikTok prior to Project Texas shared with the Chinese government pursuant to the national intelligence laws? Is that country?
Senator, we have not been asked for any data by the Chinese government, and we have never provided it.
I don't want to say a lot about that clip due to time, but I will say one thing that was very surprising to me is how much data TikTok has. If they've been working on deleting US users' data for over a year and they're still not done, that is just incredible to me, the volume of it. But I like that they're getting audited by a third party to ensure that it's complete. And now there's one more TikTok news story to cover. This comes from Bloomberg. Universal Music Group has pulled their music from TikTok after talks between the two companies fail. Universal Music Group is making the case that they are not being compensated fairly for their artists' work on TikTok. Basically, ByteDance, which is the parent company of TikTok, generated more than $110 billion in sales last year. But revenue from TikTok for Universal Music Group only amounted to 1% of Universal Music Group's total revenue. Universal Music Group published an open letter on Tuesday saying that conversations between the two companies has stalled over proper compensation for artists and songwriters, protection against artificial intelligence tools, and online safety for TikTok users. In response, TikTok issued its own statement saying Universal Music Group had put, quote, their own greed above the interests of their artists and songwriters, end quote. What is the result? What's the impact? If you have songs from Universal Music Group artists in your videos, those songs are likely no longer available. So now there's no audio clips for the videos that you worked really hard to make. You get punished and you didn't do anything wrong. It doesn't make any sense to me. This whole system really needs to be revamped and overhauled. I don't care who wins as long as the creators do not have to suffer. That is going to do it for today's episode. As always, thank you for listening, and be sure to come back next time for more Instagram news, TikTok news, social media strategy, and all the things you need to know.
Instagram news got you covered, sometimes even TikTok. Relevant platforms in the metaverse ahead of the wave without a break or a pit stop. Still waiting for Zuckerberg to give me the big job. Pause. Use trademarks and logos with Insta's permission, of course. If you like the show and you gain some good info, maybe leave a review. It's a type of applause. Just drop me a message if you want to collab. If you got some good content or you want to run ads, at Daniel Hill Media is where I am. TikTok, Facebook and Instagram.